methods than Taíno, which went from 3 million to 0. Taíno people and their culture was wiped extinct. It's been that way for about 500 years. Most people nowadays claiming Taíno culture are not actually Taíno, they're indigenous, just not Taíno.
What's up, my brother from another mother? I wanted to talk about that one part. As somebody that is a proud Taíno and who know people directly from Yucayekes here in Borinquen and across the Caribbean, we would have to say otherwise. To say we've been extinct for about 500 years only contributes more to the erasure of the indigenous identity, which I know you're not about. When we look up information and documents saying that the indigenous of the Caribbean are extinct, that is another form of paper genocide. When in reality, we never died. We have evolved. As for the culture, such as our culture has evolved after 500 years, the majority of society today practices a good amount of culture that can be traced back to the Taíno culture. Something as simple as having a barbecue, such as canoeing, such as swinging on a hammock, even getting ready for the next huracan. Don't even get me started on the foods But you made a great point and said this.
To anyone trying to gatekeep or talk about blood quantum theory and blood purity, that's colonizer shit.
Which is very true. But then you made this comment right under the video after, contributing to another form of purism, bro. When I got my ancestry results, it was said that I have indigenous descent of the Caribbean and indigenous descent of the Yucatan Peninsula. So even before Columbus' arrival, Taíno had multiple lineages back then as well. For anybody to have indigenous Caribbean descent, that would still make you either Taíno, Carib, or Locono. I can only talk about this so much, but I also know many people who have been putting in the work to talk about this as well, who are continuing to fight to change the narrative that the indigenous of the Caribbean no longer exist. There is even a whole page dedicated to teaching you the Arawak language that was so quote-unquote forgotten. And I know you're very proud of rocking your Mexican heritage, and as somebody that's from the West Coast, so I completely get it that you identify more with your Mexican and other indigenous heritage. To study one side of Puerto Rican history is one thing, but to be immersed, connected, and involved is a whole different ballgame. So to say that people that practice the indigenous culture are not Taíno, it does damage to the community. But either way, bro, I still love what you do, and I hope you have a good day.